You are tuning in to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
Thanks for visiting our archives for the Hispanic Chamber Connections radio program with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, president of the Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Remember, we are live on Lone Star Community Radio every Tuesday from 1 to 2 p.m. If you have any questions, just reach out to us at the link below.
And welcome to the Hispanic Chamber Connection. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez, your host for the day. And this program is designed for and specifically made for the members of the North Houston Hispanic Chamber, otherwise known as the Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber, the Vintage Park Hispanic Chamber, the Katy Hispanic Chamber, the Heights, and the Galleria Hispanic Chambers of Commerce, where you don't have to be Hispanic to join. You only have to like tacos. And if you do, we're so happy to talk to you about becoming a member of our chamber because the market is that way. The market is pluralistic, multicultural, and we respect that, we honor that, and we make it a point to build bridges between cultures. And so a lot of our meetings and a lot of the things we do are designed for that we understand that people are not the same, and we get it. We don't necessarily highlight any kind of victim attitude of any sort. We know that there's money on both sides, and people want to exchange it for your goods and services. So if you're a member of this Chamber of Commerce, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. We have a great show for you today. A wonderful guest. She's been one of our Stark supporters from the very beginning, and she's a delightful person. If you don't know her already, please get to know her. Her name is Charlene Trollope. She's vice president with and branch manager with Benchmark Bank. And the cool thing about Benchmark Bank, Charlene, that I like is that when I walk in, you guys actually recognize me and you talk to me, and most bank tellers won't even look at me. So thank you for being on the show, Charlene.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
And so basically what we do in this program is we want to make sure that we highlight our members, and we want to be sure that everything that you have to say on behalf of the bank and on behalf of your own self, just different points of view that they're expressed. You know, what makes this show attractive is that listeners can actually get a little bit of insight into your mind, you know? Not that they'll ever understand you because, you know, you're a woman and that's, I'm kidding. But not that they'll ever understand you, but nonetheless, it's always fun when you talk to us about your points of view and everything else. And so just sit back and relax and enjoy the conversation. Really, that's what this is. So a couple of things that we wanted to make sure we highlight this week. We have something coming up on Thursday. You know that our Chamber of Commerce does over 40 events per month. So we're an extremely busy chamber. And the purpose of the events really is to facilitate networking, but also to help our members get better at sales. We understand that, you know, it's not enough to just show up to these things. You do have to have a conversation with people and understand how to guide them from interest all the way to decision, all the way to action, right? To where you can put money in your pocket. And so we help our members with all that process. And so there's different types of meetings that we hold. And so let me tell you what's going on this week. Okay. On Thursday, we have lunch at Vintage Park. Have you ever been to that one?
I haven't been to that one.
Okay, so it's right on 249 and Louetta. It's a place called Spring Creek Barbecue. Ever been to Spring Creek?
Not the one in Vintage Park.
But
I think the one on the 45 in the Woodlands.
So you do like barbecue?
I don't.
You don't like barbecue. Great point of contention. What is this? You're in Texas. How can you not like barbecue? You don't like barbecue? Are you like some sort of vegetarian or something?
I'm not.
Okay.
But I do like my meat, but I don't like barbecue sauce. Okay. So put some A1 on it.
A1? Oh, that's high school. Well, never mind.
Is that really?
Well, I don't know, but okay. So she doesn't like barbecue from Spring Creek necessarily. Not that they're one of our sponsors or anything, but, you know, we want to make sure that they're happy. Right. So at some point you can show up. And when
I show up, I don't show up for the food, Carlos. Right. I show up for the people.
And let me tell you this. That's a very good point. So listeners, members, if you're out there, please understand, it's never about the pigs in a blanket.
That's right.
Don't show up eating. It's terrible. And I say this to our members all the time. Guys, if you go there for the food, you need to eat before, like stop at Whataburger or whatever. You can't come to our events famished and grasping air as you chew down all the cheese possible and eating all the nachos. That is not why people put out food. They don't, and it's never why you should think of these events as a meal. It's really for you to be able to use your mouth for other purposes.
Correct.
And that is to engage other people.
Right.
you know?
Connections.
So I always get not a kick of, but I do make a face sometimes when our members show up to meetings. Let's say, for example, ribbon cuttings, and people like to put out a big spread,
Yeah.
And in all of the ribbon cuttings we have at our chamber, all our members have a ribbon cutting that as part of the membership. So no matter what size you are, we'll do a ribbon cutting for you. And sometimes our members will show up and say, look, man, I haven't had anything to eat all day. And I'll say, just go down the street. There's a taco place. Grab something to eat and come back. Because what we do at all events also is we ask you to speak. So we'll say, Charlene, give us your commercial. And so Charlene has to look professional. And whatever food she has in her mouth, she has to swallow it or get rid of it and speak. And you can't do that when you're scarfing down, all the weenies and all that.
Right, it never looks good if you've got a piece of green lettuce in your teeth.
For sure. And invariably, when you're trying to be in public, that happens.
Right, exactly.
So, and plus, it's funny, there are some members right now, they know who they are, but they made us lose our deposit because they stepped on some meatballs that they dropped in our office.
No, they didn't.
One of them tried to kick the meatball under the table. And the guys, come on, don't be picked. I'm kidding. But pick up after yourselves. When you come to the offices and stuff, don't be kicking things under the tables. They tried that with us, and
oh my gosh, are you for real?
I guess she missed, and she smeared the meatball onto the carpet, and there you go. There goes my deposit. So, bottom line with all of this, though, I don't know how we got on the soapbox. Just don't eat. Don't eat. Or do what we do. Eat when everybody's gone. And then you can talk about everybody and eat your meatballs in peace.
Right. Or eat after.
And and the thing is, too, when you eat after, there's more. There's more for you.
Right.
Because when there's people around you, you get embarrassed and you don't eat so much. But when they're gone, you don't care. So that's a big point. But anyway, on Thursday, we have lunch at Spring Creek. And we know that Charlene does not like barbecue. She has a violent reaction to barbecue. She gets hostile and all, which is cool. We won't invite you there for the food, but you can come there and meet our members.
Okay.
In Vintage Park right now, we just signed up the Chai St. Luke's Medical Center, which is in Vintage Park. That's a big hospital. They have about 500 employees, and they just joined. So we're really excited about that. And that's that's reflecting now the growth in that part. That's in Tomball. On Friday, we have kind of a conflict. On Friday, we have two big breakfast networking events. One is in Ellis Springs. Have you ever been to Ellis Springs?
I have not, but it's the senior living.
Yes, a senior living community. Mm-hmm. And you should, it's right down the street. The thing is, it's funny because a lot of people from the Woodlands don't travel well. I'm not sure why, but they can't go south of 2920. It's like they think it's the border or something. I'm not sure.
You're kind of right. I get it.
Like,
we live in that bubble. We kind of like our bubble.
And there are some people that have violent reactions to me suggesting that they travel down to 1960. What? Me? Guys, come on. If you need, let me tell you why you'll get business down there. Why you will get business. Because you're new. If you look at any one of your networking things, the people everybody pays attention to is who? The new people. So when you go to things where you're new, and you know a good commercial, which we can train you to do, you're very effective. People will talk to you. It's at these things where you already have a seat reserved for yourself, and everybody knows you, where you're old, you've been around in that place, that nobody listens to you anymore. So what do you want? The comfort of your friends or people listening to you? We always say, if you need love, and if you want somebody to unconditionally, like you, get a dog.
Oh,
that's better. A dog will always love you. So if you come to our organization looking for love, it's better to not look for love. It's better to look for business. That's why we exist. Okay. So we will force you from time to time to stand up and talk because we don't want you to be comfortable. That's not the point either. We want you to be successful, and success doesn't come always with comfort. It's just how it is, right? So we understand that we're mindful and we're gentle, but we were talking about earlier, some people do get offended along the way, and look, it is what it is. So there you go. That's what's going on Friday. So we have something in Ellis Springs from 8:30 to 10:30. Actually, it's from 8 to 10. They corrected me. 8 to 10. Basically, you show up, and they have a little spread breakfast. They have nice things there. It's a nice place, so they'll feed us nice food. If you eat, and I tell you, don't eat. Just have some coffee, to wake yourself up. Have some juice, and be ready to speak. Be ready to give us your commercial, because that's how you make money. That's how you're effective. The way I look at this always, Charlene, is that, and I'm not sure, because I know you head up some groups, tell us about them in a little bit.
Okay.
But you also, I look at this as though I am their sales manager. And there's nothing worse than heading back to your car, having gone to one of these things, having eaten, the rubber chicken and, been involved in a group of people and have no leads, nothing. So you go back to your car with nothing. You have some business cards where you have no leads because you make no connections, you know? And as your manager, I would say, what happened at this event?
Right.
And if you tell me the food was good, I know you didn't do anything. So we want to change that.
Right.
So on Friday, we have Ella Springs, and we also have an event in Katy, right? So same thing as breakfast. When we come back from break, we're going to talk now more specifically about what you do, Charlene, about the bank and about some of the services you guys are providing. I know you have some great specials right now. So we'll talk about that when we come back.
All right, sounds good.
We'll be back. Please stay with us.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amel. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amel Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amel Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amelagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amel Agency online at amelagency.com. The Amel Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app for your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That is Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
And we're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. The big show is transmitted and broadcast from the wonderful city of Conroe. Right here where we sit, we're overlooking the great city and Main Street, Conroe, and we're really pleased to be here. Conroe is a beautiful town. If you've never been, you've got to check out the shops and the coffee shops and all. Very quaint, very safe, very beautiful. Take you home, so it's very nice. You know that music, Charlene, that we have?
That's what we just did?
Well, the music,
that I could hear?
The music that we start with.
The
yes.
Latin, Hispanic kind of...
There it is. Right? Okay. We picked that music because this is Conroe. This is about as Republican, straight, red as it
right?
possibly can get.
So we really should be playing country.
We should be playing something else, but because we want to be different and because we're friendly and because Hispanics come in all forms and sizes, there's nothing to be afraid of. Look, here I am, no big deal, right? So we want to bridge that gap, and that's why we chose the most ethnic type of music we could possibly find, just to be able to get some attention.
It's Brazilian.
It is Brazilian.
It is.
Yeah, so don't call Brazilians Hispanics because they have a fit. They don't like it. I don't know. It's so weird. The whole thing's screwed up. So let's move on.
Gotcha.
Okay. Something we were talking about earlier, Charlene, is that you're president and, you're VP with Benchmark Bank, and you do a lot of wonderful things at the bank and everything else. But you have something else that you're doing that I think brings a lot of value to small business owners, and it really helps people with their networking and helps them with being able to talk to others about what they do.
Right.
So that's always so difficult for a lot of folks, and that's called your Synergy Group.
Right.
Tell us a little bit, what is Synergy Group?
All right. Synergy Networking is a networking group that meets every week. We started about 2.5 years ago, purely because a lot of us belong to other networking groups and found that we needed a different exposure, something different.
The networking groups sometimes are just not good news.
And so some of them are more strict and some of them don't allow you the freedom. And we wanted to bring a whole different culture
I
to
think
the
I was
networking
there.
group.
I was
You and I were in that same networking group.
And I saw you come in like, wow. I mean, first, after the impression of how beautiful you are and all.
Thank you.
I was really always surprised that they just gave you such a hard time. And why are you guys giving, what's going on? And I never understood it. I never, because you weren't the only one. I remember Natalie also tried to join, and they gave her a hard time. So the groups are not always run by people who I would say are as clear about the outcome.
Right. And more accepting, I think, and non-judgmental.
Sure. So where are you from? Where are you from anyway?
South Mississippi.
South Mississippi. Okay. Not quite. Very close. No. Are there elephants in your backyard is the question.
Growing up, there weren't any, no.
Giraffes? You guys have giraffes back there?
We do. So South Africa is actually where I'm from.
Is it like from a special place, like Cape Town or?
So no, I'm actually from Port Elizabeth, which is about 700 miles east of Cape Town.
Wow.
So also brought up on the coast and a beach girl.
Very good.
No, we don't have monkeys,
No
giraffes,
monkeys?
lions
Come on.
in our backyard.
Oh, in the backyard.
We do have
Zoo.
monkeys on our freeways.
I've got them in
and
my
our
mind.
highways. Yeah,
I got like
I think
50,
everybody does.
50 monkeys in your
Some
mind.
kind of monkey on your back.
Yeah, well, I got plenty of those too. Yes. Okay, go back to synergy. Come on.
Okay, Synergy. You're the one that brought,
I got the
brought
monkeys,
the
you know.
giraffes and lions and everything else that we have. Okay, so we wanted to develop something different in the networking group. And so we started a small group of about 8 people that just regularly met 2.5 years ago. And it just grew from there, from people finding out about the name and the more casual environment that we had, but also that warm excitement that we wanted to bring to the table.
Sure. And I've been
So-
to your group, and I know how warm and how exciting those groups are.
Yeah.
So very, very well put together. Very recommended.
And we've done really well that we now have 3 groups, one that meets in Conroe, another one in spring on Wednesdays. The Woodlands currently meets on Thursdays, and we're opening a brand new one in Tomball September 18th.
Wow.
So we're really excited
I think I've heard about
our
that
growth.
too. Very good. And so, what
So-
what do you attribute the growth? What do you think is happening that people are actually flocking to Synergy? Because I've seen some of these groups amazingly big and very exciting, very electric. So, what do you think it is?
You know, sometimes I think it's the people that have led this group that have the passion for it, and we're trying to get out there. So the leaders have kind of brought up other leaders within our members that get excited about the opportunity to see growth in another area of the Woodlands or Houston, and they feel like we need to get out to a new neighborhood or to a new area of this of us.
Sure.
And so they come to us and say, we really see a need in Conroe.
So-
And so we do a lot of marketing. We get out and we make sure that we get people interested and excited
So, if I
about
want to
something
go,
new.
if I want to go to the Conroe one, what do I have to pay?
At the moment, it is free.
So, for
So,
right now,
it
that
is
might
free.
change down the road.
It might.
But at the same time, I can take advantage of it right now, no matter what kind of business I have. Like if I'm a lawyer, it's cool to
Correct. We're open to every single industry that's out there.
Okay.
We want those business owners and those that work for business to be exposed to meeting other people.
Sure.
One of the big things for me within the group is we want to educate people on how to network. Networking is not as easy as some people think, and some people are not as comfortable in it.
Sure.
So we want to educate. So that's one of the routes that we're taking right now to become more placing more value into the networking group by
Sure.
educating.
You know, I was telling our members today.
Say what did you say, Carlos?
That I was telling our members today
Right.
at the meeting we had today, because we have a Tuesday meeting as a chamber, that there's enough meetings, there's enough events that if you just show up and just show up with a happy smile and sort of positive, you don't even have to be that good. You'll get some business.
Right.
But you have to show up and be positive.
Yeah.
And that's tough to do.
Yeah, and one of the big things is that we need people to build relationships. It doesn't happen overnight. You're not
Agreed.
going to walk into a group and think you'll get your product
Yeah.
sold.
Even with
People
me.
want to buy something from a person
Right. Well, it
and
takes,
somebody they respect.
it takes at least 5 times before you can start to like me.
You sure it's
For
only
me,
5?
well, it takes a little while. I grow on you after a while. Like a
How
week.
many shows have we done together?
I
I
know.
think we've done more than 5.
I'm still working on it. But it's an average of 5. I mean, people will start to like you, and then they trust you.
Right.
And that's when they start to buy you. You
Right.
know? And that's what we tell our members as well. That's why we have so many events. Like,
Right.
guys, you don't have to come to all of them, but show up so that I can like you and I
Right.
can recommend you. Because you know how many calls I get virtually every day? Who do you know that sells life insurance?
Right.
Who's your handyman? And who's, so they're
Right.
always asking me questions. And the people that I recommend, although we have almost 300 members, I recommend the ones that I remember, that are in
Right.
my mind and my heart. And
Yeah.
so the more touches you have with each other,
Right.
the more you'll be remembered, the more business you'll get.
You know, I was telling a friend the other day, I've been in banking for 11 years now and was put out 11 years ago to start networking. So it was initially with the Woodlands Chamber, right?
Oh, of course.
And so you go out to all these after-hour events, and what I noticed in those events was it was all about just getting as many business cards as
Yeah,
you could.
yeah.
There was nothing that was building in that relationship, and I did that for years. And I didn't get one account
It's so funny. It's true.
from any of that
Yeah.
until I hit Synergy when the networking changed from just being a number and a business card and building up those relationships, it has completely changed.
Now, let me tell you
my
this,
banking.
though. I can only tell you this because I know. I have done this. I spent thousands of dollars and years doing exactly that same thing. And I would always blame it on the chamber. It's not the chamber. It was Carlos.
Exactly.
You know, so when we start to shift and understand that with our maturity also comes slowing down and having relationships with people, that's when your business changes.
Right.
So whenever at our events, this is just my events, right? Because I have attitude at my events. Whenever I see people just giving out cards willy-nilly, I say, stop doing that, man. You're wasting your time. Don't even, you'd be better off throwing away your cards because nobody's going to call you when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares until they care about you.
Yeah.
And until they know how much you care, they won't really care to talk to you. So there's a whole process, and that's the process of networking. And I know you guys teach that, so do we.
Right. We're trying to educate on selling your product, putting people off really, and really trying to connect.
So where's your next event? Where? Where and when?
Okay.
Today's Tuesday, tomorrow Wednesday. Where is it?
Wednesday is spring at Hasta La Pasta. That's our spring networking group.
Hasta La Pasta.
Hasta La Pasta.
Nice place.
Yes. And then the Woodlands meets at La Trattoria on
La-
Research.
I've
on a
heard of that
Thursday.
place.
Italian.
Expensive rubber chicken. Watch your check.
Okay.
Well, they didn't join. I gave him my business card, which, of course, I've never developed a relationship with the owner, but he never
Right.
joined. So, you know,
He didn't.
if they don't join, I kind of give them a
There you
hard time.
go. Okay.
Come on.
You're
make them
allowed to
join.
do that.
But it's a nice place, and it's a wonderful meeting.
It is. And then Mondays will be Conroe. And that is at, I can't say
It's
the
a new
name.
place, a Mexican
it's a
place
new
up in-
Mexican place on 105.
Yeah. And guys, don't worry. It's
Yeah.
all on a website.
It
it's
is.
all
It's
on
on our
Facebook.
Facebook page.
If you want to reach out to Charlene, how can somebody reach out to you?
Okay, so the best way actually is through my phone number, 832 444
444
4871. Shoot me a text or give me a call.
444
444.
I'm kidding. Okay. All right. So when we come back, Charlene,
Okay.
now we're going to talk more specifically about Benchmark Bank.
Yes, sir.
We've been members of Benchmark and banking with you guys for a long time, so we really appreciate it. I really want to share that with our members and our listeners. We'll come back in just a couple minutes.
right.
We'll see you then. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amel. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amel Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amel Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amelagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amel Agency online at amelagency.com. The Amel Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show with monthly and weekly slots available in Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
And we're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection. We're here with Charlene Trollope, Vice President and Branch Manager with Benchmark Bank. Now, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce has been a customer of the bank. We've been doing our banking with you for over a year now. We've always been very satisfied, very happy because, like I said, when we walk into the bank, people actually recognize me and they talk to me. I go to Chase, Bank of America, and others, and they won't even look at me. So there's a big difference there in quality customer service.
Yes.
But Charlene, I know that you have some things right now that you're offering our members and other people.
Right.
Would you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Sure. So on the consumer side, we're offering an incentive program where you can actually earn $500 in a gift card. And so that's a wonderful program that we offer folks. We have found so many of our customers just loving that free money.
Sure.
We pay you to bank with us.
We like that money.
So there's a few things that you need to do, but you can talk to me and we can tell you what you need to do with your account to earn that $500. but it's just such a great incentive program that is not going away. And so we love giving that back to them, and they really appreciate it. We found so many stories this summer where we gave our $500 gift card to folks needing it for their kids for school.
Very good.
School supplies and clothing that is just so expensive, and it's a burden. And they came in, they got their card, and they were just thrilled. And their kids were just looking so forward to going shopping.
So if I need a new set of tires, I should move on it and maybe get that gift card.
Absolutely.
Very
You may get one tire for that.
Well, it depends.
It's better than nothing.
My tire guy is a chamber member, and he gets them cheap. Anyway,
Awesome. There you go.
So
Get
in
your
general, then,
tires.
Charlene, in general, what are the services your bank provides?
So in general, we just like all your other big corporate banks. So we offer all the same services. So your checking accounts, your money market accounts, your CDs, offer safety deposit boxes. On the business side, we offer remote deposit. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's a machine we can actually put in your business, and you can run your own checks through, so you don't have to actually come to the bank at all.
I like that.
Our online banking system is just like any other bank, and we have mobile deposit as well. So if you're a consumer, you can take a flash deposit of your check, and it can be deposited into your account.
So if somebody wants to visit the bank, where do they go?
So we are on Research Forest in the Woodlands, 2501 Research. But the best place to put location is if you know where Crave Cupcakes is. We're in the same shopping center.
Got it. Very good. So now you know. Benchmark Bank has all the services of any bank that you might imagine, but the size, I think, is what really matters.
Yeah.
It really counts because your customer service, like I said, is unparalleled. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never been in a bank where people treat you as nice as you do.
Yeah.
And you actually offer me water when I show up. I mean, and you have the
Topo
fridge right there.
Chico, sodas,
But that's
coffee.
I don't get that at Chase.
Yeah,
And I know our members don't get that at Chase either.
Right.
So to open a bank account with you, how easy is it?
very easy. So we have an application or an information sheet that we can send you, and you just put all that information on there. We do not need any deposit into an account. So you can open an account with zero. Our checking accounts right now are also free. So we don't charge any fees. We also, next question.
Okay, sure. So it's not hard to open a bank account. It's
Very
easy to open a
easy.
checking account.
Right.
Just basically show up, sit down,
Right,
hand over what you've got, a little bit of data, and you're in.
correct.
Okay, so that's not a big deal. What about small business loans? Do you guys do that also for businesses?
Yes, we do. And we also do them for large corporations too. So on the lending side, we actually love real estate commercial loans. So we're commercial lenders. We love real estate. We would love to do developments too. So if you are a builder, we love to do the development side too. Lines of credit for small business, we love to talk to you about that.
Okay, so I didn't even know that because I know a lot of organizations like the Chamber of Commerce and others, they live on lines of credit, at
Right.
least for the first 5 years.
Right.
You know, so it is something that we might need to explore at some point.
Right.
And I know
Sounds
that
great.
if I were to do that, one of the reasons why I would want to do it with Benchmark is because of how you guys treat not only myself but our members. I mean, you're very kind to us, and I think
Yeah.
that matters.
It's a big difference. And so, I've had a history with banking for the last 11 years. I've also worked for several different banks. I started out in small community banking, went over to the large corporate banking world, and came back to the community banking. But this bank in particular has been amazing difference even with all the other banks. We're very family oriented.
Okay.
And so even from the top all the way down, from our CEO to people that work within the bank are actually some family members. We've got husband and wives that work together.
Wow.
We've had 2 CEOs from 1964. And just the way that they treat their employees is more than just employees, we family.
Well, there's something that to be said about that. You guys actually close on Saturdays.
We do.
What's up with that?
Okay. I know. So it's an important factor for our CEO who just feels that family is so important that he doesn't want any employees working on a weekend.
Wow.
He wants the families to be together.
So he's
on
willing
the
to take
weekend.
the hit.
Yeah.
And that's pretty important because, I mean, it tells you Benchmark Bank in the grand scheme of things is not a gigantic bank.
Not at all.
So it's not a big bank. It offers the services of a big
Correct.
bank, but with the quality engagement and customer service of a small bank, you know?
Right.
So it's not like, Bank of America, like I said, where you're just a number.
Correct.
You can actually meet your teller and have lunch with her or him like the president, I can play golf with him, and
Absolutely.
it's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's not this big act of Congress just to talk to some of these people,
Right.
VPs of other banks.
We really care about you. And, there's so many banks out there that want to fee you out of the wazoo. That it's almost like they want you to get into trouble
Sure.
and have bad accounts so we can fee you. We actually want to protect you from that.
That's important because I used to be a Bank of America customer. And, okay, not that I don't bounce checks, but if it ever came close to
Right.
it, they were so good at anticipating my bounce or something, and they would nail me. And the
That's
thing
right.
was, what they do is they end up making the account bounce itself until you owe like $500 in fees,
Exactly.
and they would have no mercy.
No mercy. Absolutely.
You know?
We're different. So every morning we'll pull reports on all of our customers in our bank. And if there's anybody that has potentially gone negative, for whatever reason it could be, they've forgotten about a payment they made,
Sure.
we actually want to call you up.
I did
to
get a
give
call
you the
the other
chance.
day.
You did? To
The
say.
chamber does not bounce checks. No. Well, by the time the deposits go in from the night before, they had not gone in, so I knew I
Right.
was negative, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I knew that afternoon it'd be fine.
Right.
But I got a call at 8:30 in the morning.
That's right.
That's amazing.
Just so that we can protect you and let
Yeah.
you know, we want to help you. Can you bring funds in by a certain time? And we're not, return that item. If you can come in the bank and clear your
take
account.
care of it.
Take care
come
of
on,
it.
Jack.
But
Do your thing.
a lot of banks don't do that.
Oh, I agree. On the contrary.
Right.
They almost have like, we're going to screw these people list. They have a list and I'm on it and they'll say,
Right.
okay, these are the people that are going to get
We
nailed.
don't want you on that list.
no.
Doesn't look good for us.
And let me tell you what, part of business sometimes is running your accounts to that degree where that you do have that's going to happen in a lot of businesses just because it has to be fluid, So if you're not careful, it's easy to go in the red. And if you're with the wrong bank, you will get in big trouble.
Right.
And so I'm really happy. That's one of the things that I like the most about Benchmark, truly, that you guys are actually very good about things like that,
Right,
that
we
you take
care.
care of us.
Something else we do is there's so much fraud out there. And we have a department up in our corporate office in Dallas that will send us emails telling us that we have potential customers in our branch that have hit a system where transactions have gone through their account that is potential fraud.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so they'll send us the items and we actually call our customer and we'll say, is this legit?
Sure,
Is
sure.
this something that you did or not? Because we
think
want
I've
to
got one of
protect you
those
from
calls
that.
too. Yeah.
So we're not, and we get to know if it was a true transaction.
And you know what the fun thing too is what I get, for example, Sarah, who's one of your,
Yes.
and what do you call them, tellers?
So there are CSRs, customer service
Let's
representatives.
just go with, she's the girl that
So,
you sit with. to
Because
do-
they don't just do telework.
Right,
so
by
they
any
open
means.
all the new accounts as well. And it's a very open environment. There's no windows.
right.
You
No,
go
it's like
straight-
you're walking right into
Right.
like a living room.
Right.
And well, she will email me or she'll even call me on the phone and say, hey, it's Sarah. This is what's going on in your account today.
Right.
Do you know about this?
Yeah.
And so that degree of intimacy is,
Yeah.
is so critical for banking.
Right.
That's what I think, because like
Yeah.
I said, you're giving a bank your money and they're asking you for all this in return as
Right.
though you're doing them a favor, when in fact you're their customer, but they don't act that way.
Exactly. If it wasn't for customers or our clients, we wouldn't exist.
So are you guys taking new accounts these days?
Are we taking new accounts? Absolutely, all day long.
Jake, what do you bank, man? What's up?
I bank Capital One and Wells Fargo.
Well, what about Benchmark? They're right down the street.
Do they do personal banking?
Check it
Yes,
out.
we absolutely do.
And you can
Personal banking?
you have some great benefits too. Never mind. Okay, so we're putting Jake on the spot and he doesn't respond.
I mean, I don't know. I might be too small of a fish for them to
No,
fry.
they like small fish.
absolutely not.
They like small fish.
We do like
They
small
took they
fish.
took us in when we were at zero. We still are, but we're small
Exactly, and we'll help you get to be a bigger fish. How about that?
Hopefully. Once Lone Star starts to pay
There you
me.
go.
fish. There you go.
Right.
Once the radio begins to pay off, because I think he's still a student, and at this point he's kind of interning here.
Right.
So the intern, I used to have interns when I worked for hotels, and we would tell them, to go to the other tower, which is like a mile away, and get the bacon stretcher, for instance. Do you know what a bacon stretcher
I
is?
have no idea what a
Then
bacon stretcher
there's no
is.
such thing. So they'd go and ask people in the kitchen. They sent me from the other place for the bacon stretcher to
Okay.
stretch bacon, and they'd stay there for hours, lost as hazing because they're interns.
Gotcha.
Interns generally don't get a lot of that high respect
No,
in
they
companies.
don't.
That's why Jake is so valuable here. And I know Jake
Yeah.
really likes him here, and he's a very valuable part of this organization. Hopefully soon, they'll at least pay his gas or something, We'll figure it out. But he has to bank with you first.
Okay.
Okay. So tell us about the address one more time, Charlene, if you would, please.
It's 2501 Research Forest.
And that's up here in the Woodlands,
It's up in the Woodlands.
near the cupcake place.
It is. Crave Cupcakes.
And the phone number, if they wanted to text you?
832. So this is my personal phone number.
Ooh, okay.
832-444-4871.
So we're here with Charlene Trollope. Charlene is Vice President and Branch Manager with Benchmark Bank. The bank you need to have if you want people to know you, to treat you well, to take your money as though it's theirs or the other way around. But really,